All right, man, we've tried 6. One has to be the winner. Will ours match up?
Oh, stay tuned to find out.
All right, welcome back, everyone, to 1090. I am Andy. This is Todd. This is video number 6 in our 2018 Bourbon County Stout series. Now, we tried 5 of the 2018s, and we went side by side with the 2017 and the 2018. So we are going to rank all 6 of them, starting from 6 all the way up to 1, to let you know what our favorites are. I'm not sure they're going to match up or not, but let's find out now.
If you've been following us, you probably know it's not going to match up.
Well, let's see what we think. Before we start, quick overview of all the beers that we've tried.
Yes.
We've tried the original Bourbon County Stout. It's a staple from 2018, and we compared that to the 2017.
Yes.
Link it back, you can check that out. Then we went to the Wheatwine Ale, a very unique and new offering. We enjoyed it.
First time.
Yep, first time. There was the Orange Stout, the Midnight Orange. We loved it. Really, really solid offering. There was the Vanilla Stout, which was an old favorite that they brought back. We tried that.
Yep.
And then there was the Bramble Rye. That was the last one we did right before this.
A lot of things going on there.
Yeah, with very complex beer. So lots of very different styles, lots of different flavors, lots of different aromas. But overall, wonderful offerings. I only wish we had access to the other 3 because these 5 have been really good.
So before we get into the actual ranking, if you have the ability to get these today, tomorrow, whenever, grab any of these 5. We didn't get the Proprietor, the Reserve, or the Barley Wine, so we can't comment on that, but I'm sure they're just as good. If you see these out there, grab them. Amazing beers.
This has been a good year. I can say off the bat, this has been a really good year for Goose. In my opinion, this has been a strong offering. So let's get into it. Let's start with number 6. Todd, kick us off. What was your number 6 beer?
So it's funny because it's not you're not going to agree with this, but for me it was the Rye, and it's not that it was it is amazing beer. To me though, I like when I hear Bourbon County Stout, I want that bourbon forward beer, and to me it was more of the dark fruits and not the bourbon. But here it is. It's a beautiful beer. It's got that dark fruits. I'm going to drink it right now. Just amazing beer, but I want more of that bourbon flavor. That's why I had it 6.
Fair enough. So,
how about for you?
I will tell you, it's not the Rye. That is, you're going to see that later on. For me, but you're going to disagree as well. For me, it was the 2018 original Bourbon County. I thought the 2017 was just so well balanced, and we wondered how that would hold against the 16 when we compared them last year, and it didn't disappoint.
Let me ask you this though: do you think the 18 was better than the 16?
The 16 was really bourbon heavy.
Yes.
It seemed to be the only player in the game, both in aroma and taste. There's a lot more to the 2018.
Yes.
But I think it needs time to settle down just a little bit.
Yep.
And I'd love to see what this stacks up against the 17 next year. But for me, it's the lowest of the 6 that I've tried. So that's my number 6, 2018.
My number 5 was the Wheatwine Ale. Is that right? Yep. So here it is. Again, really amazing beer. The reason why it's probably 5 on this, it's not a stout. That's why I rated it so low. If you were to throw this in front of me and I could smell it, it smells like the Bourbon County Stout. It's a little different, okay? It's not up front with that sort of bourbon characteristics. It's very sweet. It's got that toffee, vanilla. It's really an amazing, actually, beer. None of these are bad. But when I'm ranking them 1 to 6, it's number 5 for me.
So here's where we're in agreement. I have number 5 on mine as well.
There you go.
Good beer. Liked it. My first time ever trying a wheat wine ale, and it is a new category we even just tried to learn a little bit about.
Yep.
But didn't crack the top 3 for me.
Yeah. So
number 4 for you, man. What you got?
I've got the 17. So it's the 17 version that we've aged for a year. We really loved it last year. I still love it. It's a great beer. But to me, it's not as pronounced and melded together as the 18. You disagree with that completely? I think the 17 lost some of the bourbon characteristics that you would see in it from last year, and didn't have a mouthfeel, or actually back end as good as the 18. And that's why I ranked it a little bit below the 18.
Fair enough.
How about for you?
For me, number 4, and I know you're going to think I'm crazy, but is the Midnight Orange Stout. Now, I love this. This is the first and one of only 2 of the 6 that we've sampled here that were the nose said something other than bourbon.
Correct.
Enjoyed it. I loved it. I thought it was really good. And actually, it's a wonderful beer. I gave it 5 stars, but still not enough to crack my top 3. So that tells you how good this was, and it still didn't hit my top 3. So
no doubt about it. And then for me, number 3 was the 18. So what's out right now? I really, really enjoyed this beer. I thought for me, the back end of this was so good. And I'm going to take a sip of it right now. That's really smooth. And it lays on your tongue, that sort of tobacco, sort of oaky, bourbon, all melds together with the chocolate and the coffee. I think it's really well done and balances really well. You didn't agree with that. I did. We had different takes on this, and you saw it in that original video.
Which is funny because my number 3 is a 17, which I think you had at number 4. So we kind of flip-flop some of those. Yep. So for me, there's a reason why I enjoyed this so much. This has a chewy mouthfeel. It's got a really nice, long, pronounced finish. I thought the 18 was lacking in that. The viscosity was low.
I didn't. Did not at all.
I also still feel like even the year of aging, the flavors continue to mend and balance well together. It beat the 16 and now it beats the 18. So this is like a wine to me. Like, what vintage is going to be really good? I'm telling you right now, for me, the 17 Money is my favorite. But hey, we disagree on a few things, which is okay.
It's okay.
It's all right, right?
Totally good.
Because they're all good. All right, what you got for number 2?
So for me, it's the orange. I was blown away, not only by the aroma on this, but when you taste it, you get that melding of the chocolate and bourbon and orange flavors. It works so well. You had it 4. I know you liked it though.
I loved it. It was very good.
So good. So if you get the chance to get the orange, grab it. It is absolutely amazing. I'm going to take a sip right now. What's your number 2?
So, and I agree. I think I could have changed 4 and 3 easily. Number 2, though, was pretty easy for me to pick out. This is the vanilla. I was expecting the bourbon to take this over, and one sip of it told me that this is one of those rare instances where the smell leads you down the wrong path, because as soon as you taste this, you're like, wow, the vanilla just kind of comes all up and hits
Not that it's a bad smell.
No, it's a bourbon.
Yep.
Of the 6, only 2 had a smell other than predominantly bourbon.
Yes.
But this one, the taste just takes you far outside of that, and it is just, it's money. I love this vanilla. It was so close to maybe cracking my number 1, but this is a great offering.
So I don't know what I else have to say, because my number 1 is the vanilla. I absolutely love this beer.
So good.
When we were pouring this out, we had a small drop on the bar, and I actually just took my finger and put it in my mouth, which is probably not very good sanitary. But I said, oh my God, Andy, if that's indicative of what we're going to taste, you're going to be blown away.
And it was.
Because we could smell the bourbon when we came out, not vanilla. And vanilla's not coming through on the nose.
Good choice.
But oh my gosh, when you drink this beer, absolutely great blending of the vanilla, the chocolate, the bourbon together. It works so well, exactly what you just said.
Paired
so
well.
that's my number 1, the vanilla.
Okay.
And your number 1.
Now, here's the funniest thing, because we haven't been this far apart on something in a long time. You had the Bramble Rye Whiskey Stout as your number 6. For me, number 1. Now, yes, I do have an affinity for rye. We know that. I can link you back to all kinds of videos showing me brewing with rye. But the rye wasn't the only reason why this came out number 1 for me. First of all, the nose, it just smacked you in the face with these dark fruits. It was beautiful. The nose was nice. The bourbon, I know you said, wasn't the predominant player and you wanted to see a little bit more. But what I loved about this beer was that it wasn't bourbon, it wasn't blackberry, it wasn't blueberry, it wasn't chocolate, it wasn't pepper. All of these flavors are playing in the same ballpark, and they played well. It was just like, no one had to be the hero here. And that's what I loved. I think I liked the fact that this was just the most complex of the 6, and yet it still found a way to be a very smooth, drinkable, and just, I can't wait to age this.
And I will say, for me, why it was 6 is I wanted more bourbon. And I think you can't argue that the bourbon is a little bit less pronounced on that.
Well, this is where things get interesting for me, because we let the 17 sit. It balanced out well.
Yep.
I'd like to see how all these flavors, because there's a lot of them, are they all going to stay together if you age it for a year or two? So I'd like to kind of crack another one next year.
Talk to Mike at Hellas for Cellar Series to get some of these and age for us.
We can do that. Well, you can check out our Cellar Series.
Right there.
We'll link you up there as well. But yeah, I thought the Bramble Rye Stout for me, it was my favorite. So look, all of them were great.
100% agree.
I don't think you're going to go wrong with any of them. We were lucky to get them early, so we'll be sipping on these on Black Friday.
Yes, we will.
But just I think for me, 2018 is going to stand out as a really strong year for the Bourbon County releases.
No doubt about it.
Really,
so if
really
you
good.
get a chance, tell us first of all what you think of all these. Hopefully you go back and watch our individual reviews of each of these beers. Tell us what you think is your favorite. See if you agree with me or Andy. What do you like
Or
best?
give us your own ranking. If you've tried all of them or one of them or a couple, just tell us what you think. Let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. We'll respond back to you. In the meantime, if you like what you see from 21090, please subscribe below. Click that little bell in the corner. It's going to let you know every time there's a brand new video that comes out from us.
Yeah, about it.
We've got Twitter. We've got Instagram. We're going to link you up to all of the videos we did in the Bourbon County Stout series below, including a couple of the other videos that we referenced. So on behalf of 21090, happy Thanksgiving, happy holidays. This has been fun, man.
Totally fun.
Which one are we going to choose for our cheers?
Well, let's take a number ones, right?
Number ones?
I got the vanilla.
Vanilla, I got the rye.
Not a bad pairing right there.
Man, this might actually work together well.
There you go.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, everyone.
Mm-hmm.